So today we'll be learning about inverse of logarithmic and exponential functions. Okay, earlier we had studied logarithmic functions and exponential functions. So in this lecture we'll just learn how to take out the inverse of any logarithmic or any exponential functions. So we'll just understand it with the help of an example. Okay, so here I have taken an example. So the equation is fx is equals to 2 into e to the power of minus 4x plus 3 for x belongs to any real number. Okay, so you just have to find the inverse of this function. Okay, so what we'll do, the steps that we'll take to find the inverse, there are just 2-3 steps which we'll follow to find the inverse. So the first step that we'll take to find the inverse of any function, be it logarithmic or exponential. What we'll do, we'll write the function as y. Okay, we'll just take this function like here fx is equals to 2 into e to the power of minus 4x plus 3. So we'll just take this function and we'll just equate it to y. Y is our any variable. Okay, so the first step is that we'll write it like y is equals to 2 into e to the power minus 4x plus 3. Okay, so this is our first step. Okay, the second step is, first step is very easy. What is your second step? The second step is that we'll interchange the y and the x variable. Okay, we'll just interchange the y and the x variable. So your y, it will become x, and in place of x you will write y. Okay, so how it will be written? So it will be like, in place of y I'll write x. So x is equals to 2 into e to the power of minus 4, and in place of x we'll write y, minus 4y plus 3. Okay, so this is our second step. What is our first step? We'll write the expression as equating it to y. Y is our any variable. The second step is that we'll exchange the x and the y variable. In place of y, we'll write x, and in place of x, we'll write y. Okay, now the third step. Now, what is the third step? The third step is that we have to rearrange this equation in such a way so that our subject is y. Okay, we'll just rearrange this equation in such a way so that we can write this equation in terms of y. Like, we can write it as y is equals to, okay, we'll make the subject as y. Okay, so how we'll write it? What we'll do, we'll just rearrange this equation. So when we'll rearrange this equation, this 3 will come here. Okay, this 3 will come to the left hand side. So it will become x minus 3 is equals to 2 into e to the power of minus 4y. Okay, it will become this. Now, what we'll do, 2 into e to the power of minus 4y. What we'll do now? What we'll do next? This 2 will come here. So it will be x minus 3 upon 2 is equals to e to the power of minus 4y. Okay? Okay. Now, this expression can be written like this. We have learned ln. Okay. So, this expression can be written like this. Ln into x minus 3 upon 2 is equals to minus 4y. We have just taken ln both sides. Okay, what we have done here, we have taken ln both sides. So when we'll take ln in the LHS, it will become ln of x minus 3 upon 2. And when we'll take ln in the RHS, so what it will become? It will become minus 4y, because we know that ln, ln e to the power minus 4y, we know that ln is to the base e. So log of e to the power minus 4y to the base e will become minus 4y. Okay, so we have just taken ln both sides. Okay, so from here we can find out the value of y. What y will be? Y is equals to minus 1 upon 4 ln of x minus 3 upon 2. Okay, this is our y. So whatever the value of y is, that will become our inverse. Okay, so this will be f inverse x. Now this is the symbol of inverse. Okay, we'll just mark it with red. This is the symbol of inverse, f of minus 1 x. Okay, this is the symbol of inverse. So we'll write it as f inverse x is equals to minus 1 upon 4 ln of x minus 3 by 2. Okay, so this is your inverse. So this is the procedure, like we have to follow these three steps to find the inverse of any logarithmic or any exponential functions. Okay, so we'll just take one more example so that you'll get a clear understanding of this. Okay, our second part is fx is equals to 3 ln into 2x minus 4. Now you have to just write the inverse of this expression. Okay, so what will be our first step? Our first step will be that this function can be written in terms of y. So we'll take it as y is equals to 3 into ln 2x minus 4. Okay, we'll write the function as y. What is our second step? We'll just interchange the x and y variables. So in place of y, we'll write x, and in place of x, we'll write y. So this will become x is equals to 3 ln 2y minus 4. Okay, this is our second step. And our third and final step is that we'll rearrange this equation to make y as the subject. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll first shift the 3 here. So it will be x upon 3 is equals to ln of 2y minus 4. Okay, now what we'll do, this expression can be written as e to the power x by 3 is equals to 2y minus 4. We have just solved this. We know that ln is always to the base of e. So we have just written it as, like we have just opened it and written it. So e to the power of x upon 3 is equals to 2y by 2y minus 4. Okay, this is to the base e. So we know by the property of logs that e to the power of x upon 3 is equals to 2y minus 4. Now we'll write it in terms of y. So we'll take 2y is equals to e to the power x upon 3 plus 4. Okay. We have to find out the value of y. We have just rearranged it to find the value of y. So what will be the value of y? Our y will be 1 upon 2 e to the power x upon 3 plus 4 upon 2. Okay, we have just divided this whole thing by 2 for finding out the value of y. So what will be our y? Y is half into e to the power of x by 3 plus 2. So what is our f inverse x? So our f inverse x is 1 upon 2 e to the power x by 3 plus 2. Okay, so these three steps you have to follow to find the inverse of any logarithmic or any exponential functions.